Where?
A paradise unending, for thou art but fleeting vermin.
Where am I? Am I playing Minecraft again? Okay, a berry shaped like a fish. I'll remember that. Yeah, something kind and cheerful definitely lives here. And what is that? Why is this thing trying to suck me in? Why are the yellow emojis flying everywhere here? Why are these red geometrical figures talking to me? Just stop it! Enough! Despondent vermin. May your death bring forth new life. This is Lucid Blocks, ladies. A game that was inspired by that very heroine photo from Minecraft and created by a person going by the nickname Lucid Blocks, aka Kiwi Juice 56 in the well-known circles of Reddit. He regularly shared his entire process on his YouTube channel, so these environments might look familiar for you. What an ugly thing, right? I hope it was cut from the game. It was cut, right? Lucid Blocks managed to create something unique, despite the fact that the game usually resembles Minecraft. You won't find hunger icons here or the gameplay style you're used to playing in those kinds of games. Crafting here consists of 6 free slots, and in the character stats, next to familiar words as heart, lung, power and speed, there are unfamiliar words as mush, hate, faith and drush. Drush. Hey Ophanium, do you know what that means? Yeah, just they thought. You don't even need to build a house here, and you'll soon understand why. Alright, so we respawned in the exact same spot. I now have a grappling hook at my disposal, which I managed to craft in my previous life by combining a stick and a part called machination that dropped from that flying disc. And this thing is surely one of the most important tools in the game. Just look at that! Do you still have any doubts? As for the goal of the game, is still pretty foggy. The only clues we get is this rosary and this mysterious video when we first load into the game.
O son of man, a bloated, festering limbo, in which your soul will decay for all of eternity. The only exit to paradise is through oblivion.
Obviously, to beat the game, I need to find all the missing bits from the set, but how to do it and where to find them, it's still unclear. On the flip side, I have a burning desire to draw and explore the local surroundings. Oh, some new blocks. Fluoroid blocks. And what do we have down here? Dark block. Well, I should have guessed. After a session of beating up those flying suckers, I came across a location with a grid roof about 30 meters off the ground, featuring some new creatures. An extremely aggressive humanoid looking like an iron gnome. After killing him, I managed to completely fill my experienced stomach and choose between the offered reward options. I settled on a portal to my personal qualia, whatever that means. Right there, I also run in some mannequins. They aren't aggressive at first, but you definitely shouldn't hang around them for too long. By the way, the reward I chose is this mysterious cube with a high-dimensional donut spinning inside it. And when you right-click it, it does this. That would be a perfect place for a new IKEA store. Actually, this is our own personal dimension where we can build or store whatever we want. And that answers the question why we don't need to build a house in the main world. On your way out, you can put this cube right back in your pocket. Super convenient. And by combining a liminal block and a plastic block along with a silver vessel, I got a cash cube, which can be also placed in a personal space to dump all the junk that inevitably piles up in your inventory. And if you combine a cash cube with wool, dirt and a piece of watermelon, you get a petal block. Combining it with the little flowers give me a sunny capsule, which hatches into these cute things called sunny. By poking around blindly like this, I managed to craft a glider glove. When activated, this glove helps you glide through the air and practically negates fall damage, and basically boosts my mobility even further. A second later, I run into Blasphemer, the exact same creature from the video. It lets out extremely loud screams and... I was going to say that it sometimes strays when it takes damage, but what does it matter now, right? Returning to the place of my former glory, I found a way of ultimate vertical movement by using the glider glove and the hook simultaneously. And to my great surprise, above this world lie not just clouds, but floating islands that you can also land on, or in my case, an island with an extremely unsettling atmosphere. This is the local moon, by the way. Here I found lantern blocks, smiley blocks, and by combining a string with a bubble barrack, I got a fruit farm capsule. What a funny little thing. It also makes a cat sound. By pulling off the exact same trick with the upward boost, I managed to reach another piece of land. This time in front of me stood a huge ceiling, made of what turned out to be a colorful plastic blocks. But what could lie beyond them? I need to get out of here. Excellent question. How do we get out of here? Everyone remembers those strange rosary and the strange video at the beginning, right? Obviously they serve as keys to freedom, if we correctly understand the interpretation of the words exit to heaven through oblivion. To figure out where the missing pieces are, I need to choose so-called leaky pendant from the offered options the next time I level up, which serves as a sort of compass here. Yeah, definitely something that will help me. On the way to the right spot, I naturally continue to experiment with crafting, as it's almost the only way of self-discovery and self-determination of the games of this genre. So meet Excel block!
My God!
Then I managed to get a wand that shoots balls. With its help I managed to craft a cube that shoots balls, and then a cube that shoots hearts. You see, I don't only know how to kill. After that I stumbled upon an extremely friendly place, with colorful blocks featuring some drawings of different shapes, along with the local inhabitants of this area, who are depicted in these drawings. This cutie right here is called Bubble Bear, and these guys are called Newts, and they love following me and hugging me. I don't really understand why they have crosses though. It's okay, I guess. And that's how, just by following the marker, I stumble upon a boundless field with a ceiling and light fixtures and interstellar 3D space and this abandoned village. In these houses I can find crates with valuable, well, probably valuable items. There is also a whole library, by the way. The location of my desired object turned out to be in a flooded house where I found this cube. Alright, we've got work to do. Alright, let's slow down a bit. While I am completing this another challenge to get another beat for my rosary, I have to admit that I never actually collected all the beats. Yeah, it's because I realized that this entire quest of finding mysterious cubes that shows cartoons was created solely to give us that rush of excitement and force us to explore these cruel and fascinating worlds. I'm like Magellan circumnavigating the globe, except here is a surreal 4D space with monsters and sticks that do this. Don't ask. And if you are curious, at the end of this beat collection chain lies the final boss fight with a giant angel that shoots lasers and destroys everything around it. I don't remember where, but I read a quote on a forum by the creator saying that every copy of Lucid Blocks is personalized. And that's probably the best quote to describe the entire essence of the game.